My dear child, do you not see? The heavens declare my glory, and the earth sings of my faithfulness. The very breath in your lungs is a testimony that I have not forsaken you. Even in your moments of doubt, when shadows loom over your spirit and fear whispers lies into your soul, I remain steadfast. I am the light that cannot be extinguished, the voice that speaks truth amidst deception, the presence that lingers when all else fades. You have searched for meaning in places that could never satisfy. You have longed for validation from those who could never see your worth. But I, the one who formed you before time began, have always known your value. You are not a fleeting thought, nor are you a mistake. You were designed with intention, woven together by my own hands, sculpted with love that surpasses all understanding. Every fiber of your being, every detail of your existence is precious to me. Why do you listen to the voices that seek to diminish you? Why do you entertain the weight of guilt that I have already lifted? Have I not told you that I have cast your transgressions into the depths of the sea? Do you not know that my mercy is greater than your failures? You do not have to strive for my affection, nor do you need to prove your worth. My love is not earned, it is given freely. It is a river that never runs dry, a wellspring that never ceases to flow. Yes, you have stumbled. Yes, you have felt the sting of regret. But do not remain in the valley of sorrow, for I am calling you higher. Lift your gaze to the hills, where your help comes from. Do you not feel the shifting of the seasons? The door that once seemed locked is now open. The chains that bound you are falling away. The road before you is no longer shrouded in darkness, for I have set my light upon your path. Walk boldly, for you are not forsaken. Move forward, for you are not forgotten. There are those who have spoken against you, who have doubted your potential, who have sought to break your spirit. But hear me now. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No curse spoken over you shall take root. I am the defender of your soul, the guardian of your destiny. Those who rise against you will see my hand upon your life, and know that I am your refuge. Be still, and let me fight for you. Rest in the shelter of my wings, and know that I am your strength. The world will tell you that love is conditional, that you must earn favor, that you must strive endlessly to be accepted. But I tell you this, my love is unshakable. It is not given based on your performance, nor is it revoked when you falter. It is eternal, unwavering, relentless. It is the kind of love that pulls you from the depths of despair and sets you upon solid ground. It is the kind of love that pursues you. Even when you run, can you hear it? The whisper of my spirit calling you home. Come as you are, wounded, weary, burdened. Lay down your fears, your doubts, your worries. Let me lift the weight from your shoulders. Let me trade your sorrow for joy, your shame for righteousness, your brokenness for wholeness. My arms are open wide, waiting to receive you, to heal you, to restore you. I have placed a fire within you, a flame that cannot be extinguished. Do not let the distractions of this world dim its light. Do not let the voices of doubt quench its brilliance. Fan the embers of your faith and watch as it burns brightly for all to see. You were created for more than survival. You were made to thrive. You were designed to carry my light into the darkest places, to speak life where there is despair, to love where there is hatred. I know that storms have come and the winds have been fierce. I have seen you battle through nights of anguish, clinging to hope with trembling hands. But do you not know, the storm has not destroyed you, because I have been your anchor. The waves have not overtaken you, because I have been your shelter. Every trial you have faced has only refined you, strengthened you, prepared you. You are not who you once were. You are being transformed, renewed, made whole. So rise, my child. Rise in courage, in faith, in boldness. Do not fear the future, for I hold it in my hands. Do not dwell in the past, for I have already redeemed it. The time is now. Step forward. trust me. Walk in the fullness of my promises, and watch as I unfold the purpose I have written for you since the beginning of time. If these words are speaking to your heart, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel, not just because it helps, but because this is a place where you will always be reminded of truth, of grace, of the love that is calling you forward. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep walking this journey together. You are mine, forever and always. I am pardoning you, my beloved, not as the world pardons, with conditions and hesitation, but with an everlasting love that knows no bounds. I am erasing the weight of your past, cleansing you of every sorrow, every regret, and every whisper of condemnation that has tried to cling to your soul. No longer shall shame shroud your spirit, nor shall the burdens of yesterday define who you are. I call you renewed, I call you chosen, and I call you mine. Yet do not be deceived. The enemy will attempt to remind you of your past, to resurrect old wounds, to make you doubt the power of my grace. He will try to plant seeds of fear, whispering lies that you are unworthy, unloved, irredeemable. But do not listen, my child. Reject his deceit. For when I cleanse you, no force in existence can stain what I have made pure. When I speak life over you, no voice of destruction can override my word. You are free, and whom I have set free shall never be enslaved again. How the heavens rejoice when you step forward in faith, how the angels sing when you awaken each morning with trust in your heart, lifting your voice in gratitude rather than despair. Do you not feel their presence surrounding you? They encamp around you, standing guard, watching over your path, ensuring that no harm shall befall you beyond what I allow for your growth. Even in your trials, there is purpose. Even in your suffering, there is refinement. Though storms may rage, though the night may seem endless, dawn will come, and with it, a new outpouring of my mercies. I see how the world tries to weigh you down, demanding more and more, leaving you weary and drained. I watch as pressures mount, as expectations crush, as worries build like walls around your heart. But I tell you this, release it all. Surrender your fears, your anxieties, your restless thoughts. You were never meant to carry them alone. Let me bear your burdens. Let me be the peace that steadies your spirit, the stronghold that cannot be shaken. For I am the God of restoration, the one who takes brokenness and turns it into beauty, the one who calls forth hope where only despair once stood. And yet, there are those who have turned their faces from me, those who mock my love, those who scorn my name. My heart aches for them, for they do not see the depths of what I offer. They chase illusions, they bow to idols of wealth, power, and vanity, believing they have control. But all shall fade. The kingdoms of men will crumble, their treasures will rust, and the works of their hands will perish. Only what is built in me shall stand. Only those who seek my truth shall remain unshaken. When the earth trembles and the heavens are stirred, do not be tempted to envy those who seem to prosper in their own ways. Do not let jealousy take root. When you see the wicked thrive, their riches are fleeting, their triumphs momentary. But you, my beloved, are being prepared for something eternal. What I have stored for you cannot be stolen, cannot be lost, cannot be diminished. Every sacrifice you make, every prayer you utter, every act of kindness given in my name, it is recorded, it is honored, and it will be rewarded in due time. So do not waver. Do not let discouragement dim the fire in your heart. Though the road may be long, though the journey may test your endurance, know that I am walking beside you. When you stumble, I will lift you up. When you grow weary, I will strengthen you. And when you feel lost, my voice will guide you back onto the path of righteousness. And what of those who have wronged you, those who have wounded you with their words, betrayed your trust, cast you aside as if you were nothing? I see it all, my child. I see the pain they have caused, the tears they have drawn from your eyes. And I tell you, release it. Do not let bitterness take root. Do not allow hatred to dwell where my love longs to reside. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because I have forgiven you. Vengeance is mine alone, and justice will be served in my time and in my way. Your task is to walk in freedom, to refuse the chains of resentment, to rise above the darkness they tried to pull you into. There is power in your obedience. There is might in your faithfulness. Each time you resist temptation, each time you choose love over anger, grace over retaliation, you mirror my heart. And when the world sees that you are different, that your spirit is unshaken, they will ask why. And in that moment, you will have the opportunity to point them to me, to share the truth that has transformed you from the inside out. You are not alone. You never have been, and you never will be. Even in the silence, I am speaking. Even in the stillness, I am moving. And even when you cannot see what lies ahead, I have already prepared the way. Trust in me, my beloved. Hold fast to my promises, for the days ahead are filled with wonders you cannot yet fathom. Blessings beyond your wildest dreams, and a love that will carry you from now into eternity. Now rise. Lift your head, breathe deeply, step forward with boldness. The journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come. You are extraordinary, woven together with purpose, strength, and resilience. Even in moments when your spirit feels weary and your mind is burdened with questions, I see you. I see the battles you have fought, the silent tears you have shed, and the weight you have carried. You wonder why hardship has been a constant companion. But I tell you this, every trial has shaped you into a vessel of wisdom, endurance, and unwavering faith. The fire you have walked through did not consume you, it refined you. The wounds you once thought would break you have become marks of triumph, evidence that you are stronger than you ever imagined. Do not be deceived into thinking your struggles were in vain. I was with you in every season of darkness, gently guiding you, even when you could not perceive my hand. I was there when your heart shattered, gathering the fragments and shaping them into something whole once more. I was there when you felt forgotten, whispering reminders of your worth into the depths of your soul. You have never walked alone, not for a single moment. Even when you doubted, even when you questioned, my love remained unshaken. But now, my child, I ask you to release the burdens you have carried for far too long. Lay them at my feet. The past no longer has dominion over you. The mistakes, the regrets, the moments of weakness, they are not your identity. They do not define you. I define you, and I call you cherished, chosen, and victorious. You are not bound by yesterday's failures. You are free to step into a future overflowing with grace, abundance, and new beginnings. You must let go of the voice that tells you, you are not enough. That voice is not mine. I do not speak to you with condemnation. I speak with love, calling you higher, calling you deeper into my presence. You do not need to prove yourself to me. I already know your heart. I see the goodness within you, the longing to walk in righteousness, the desire to please me, and I honor that. Do not be consumed by striving, as though you must earn my favor. My favor is already upon you, not because of what you do, but because of who you are, my beloved. When the world turns cold, when people disappoint you, when circumstances seem unfair, do not allow bitterness to take root. You were not created to live in resentment. Do not let your heart grow hardened by the wounds inflicted upon you. Instead, bring them to me, and I will heal them. I will soothe every ache, mend every broken place, and restore what was lost. I will fill you with a love so profound that no betrayal, no cruelty, no injustice will be able to rob you of your joy. I am your refuge in times of distress, your shelter in the storm. I do not promise a life without struggle, but I do promise that you will never face those struggles alone. When the winds of adversity howl around you, stand firm. Cling to my words, for they are an anchor in the fiercest tempests. Even when all seems uncertain, even when the road ahead is unclear, trust that I'm leading you with divine precision. I do not make mistakes. My plans for you are not haphazard. They are intentional, woven together with purpose and destiny. And know this, your pain has not gone unnoticed. Every tear you have shed, I have seen. Every silent cry, I have heard. I am the God who collects your tears and turns them into testimonies. What the enemy meant for harm, I will use for good. What was taken from you, I will restore. The years you feel were lost to sorrow and suffering, I will redeem them. I am a God of restoration, and I delight in bringing beauty from ashes. Trust in my timing, even when it does not align with your own. I see the full picture. You only see a fragment. What seems delayed is not denied. My promises to you are steadfast, and in the perfect moment, they will unfold. I urge you, do not dwell in fear. Fear is a thief, robbing you of the peace I have already given you. It whispers lies, causing you to doubt my faithfulness. But you are not called to live in fear. You are called to live in boldness, in courage, in faith that moves mountains. Do not fear the future, for I am already there. Do not fear lack, for I am your provider. Do not fear the unknown, for I go before you, lighting the path with my wisdom. Lift your eyes, lift your head. Walk in the confidence of one who knows they are deeply loved. You have spent too long questioning your worth, measuring yourself against the flawed standards of this world. But my standard is different. I do not see you as the world does. I see the heart, the spirit, the person I intentionally formed with care. And I say you are enough. You are precious beyond measure. Do not resist the new things I am doing in your life. The season of wandering is ending. I am placing you on solid ground. Walk forward with boldness. Doors that once seemed locked will open. Chains that once bound you will fall. Joy that once felt distant will flood your soul like never before. And when you see these things come to pass, when blessings unfold before your very eyes, remember to remain in me. Do not let pride creep in. Do not forget the one who lifted you up. Stay humble, stay grateful, stay anchored in my truth. Speak life, bless others, and let love be the force that drives you. This journey is not meant to be walked alone. I have placed people around you to uplift, encourage, and strengthen you. Do not isolate yourself in times of struggle. Reach out, love deeply, forgive often. Be a light in the darkness. Be the reflection of my love to a world that is desperate for hope. And know this, my child, I take delight in you. I rejoice over you. You are not just another soul among many. You are mine. I call you by name. I have a plan uniquely crafted for you, and no one can take that from you. So step forward. Believe. Embrace the life I have prepared for you, and never ever forget, you are loved beyond measure. You are held in arms that will never let go. You are cherished, today, tomorrow, and forever. I am with you, always. Instead, I use them to refine you, to strengthen the resilience within your soul, and to prepare you for something far greater than you could have envisioned. My child, what you once mistook for abandonment was in truth my hand gently steering you away from paths that would have harmed you. Each delay had a purpose. Every closed door was an act of protection. And when you cried out in frustration, believing I had ignored your pleas, I was in fact working behind the scenes, crafting a way for you where there seemed to be none. Now I ask you, will you trust me, even when you do not yet see the outcome? Will you allow your faith to be bigger than your doubts? I know it is not always easy. The weight of waiting, the uncertainty of tomorrow, the echoes of past failures, they all try to convince you to surrender to despair. But listen to me. I have never called you to walk in fear. I have called you to walk in boldness, in confidence, in the certainty that I am with you in every step. You do not need to seek validation from those who fail to see your worth. You do not need to exhaust yourself proving your value to those who refuse to acknowledge it. I, the one who formed you, have already declared you priceless. My love has established your worth, and nothing, no opinion, no rejection, no failure can alter that truth. I see you, even in the moments you feel invisible. I hear you, even when your voice trembles with uncertainty. When you stand at the edge of exhaustion, wondering if you have the strength to continue, remember this: I am your strength. I am the power that lifts you when you falter, the steady presence that holds you together when everything else feels like it's falling apart. Do not be afraid to lean on me. I know the storms you have endured. I have witnessed every tear, felt every ache of disappointment, and held every silent sorrow you were too weary to voice. But my beloved, do not let the pain of yesterday cloud the beauty of what I am doing today. The wounds of your past do not define you. They are not marks of defeat, but rather evidence of survival, proof that you have walked through the fire and emerged stronger. And now, I am calling you to step forward, no longer bound by the chains of what once was, no longer weighed down by the burdens of regret or resentment. It is time to release the anger, the bitterness, the hurt you have carried for so long. Not because those who hurt you deserve your forgiveness, but because you deserve freedom. Let go, my child. Let go of what keeps you from fully embracing the peace I'm offering you. You were never meant to live a life of endless striving, of running in circles, of chasing after things that leave you empty. I created you for more, for joy, for fulfillment, for purpose. Do you not see? Every moment of pain, every trial, every dark valley was not in vain. They have shaped you into someone who can now carry my light into the lives of others. There is still more ahead for you. More love, more laughter, more victories, more moments of wonder that will remind you that life is beautiful, even in its imperfections. You are not at the end. You are standing on the brink of a new beginning, one that I have prepared specifically for you. But to step into it, you must believe. Believe in me, yes, but also in yourself. Do not let fear dictate your choices. Do not allow the enemy to whisper lies that keep you from stepping into your destiny. You are stronger than you realize. You are braver than you know. And I am with you always. Take my hand, my beloved. Let me lead you into the life I have always intended for you. A life of peace, of purpose, of deep, unshakable love. You do not walk alone. I am here. I have always been here, and I always will be. Yes, my child, I care about each of these longings. Do not believe the lie that I only concern myself with grand spiritual matters, while ignoring the personal desires of your heart. If it matters to you, it matters to me. I see the silent prayers, the unspoken wishes, and the hopes you scarcely dare to voice. Bring them to me without hesitation. Let me refine them, shape them, and when the time is right, fulfill them in ways more beautiful than you imagined. There have been moments when you have wondered whether I am listening, when you've cried out and received no immediate response, when you've knocked on doors only to find them still shut. I know how waiting can test your spirit. But hear me, beloved. My delays are not denials. They are preparations. You see only a fragment of the picture, but I see the whole. Some blessings take time to unfold, because I am aligning people, circumstances, and even your own heart to receive them fully. Do not let impatience rob you of the joy that is coming. Trust in my perfect timing, for I am never late, nor am I indifferent to your needs. You have carried burdens for so long that you have convinced yourself you must endure them alone. You have silenced your pain to avoid inconveniencing others. But I did not design you to carry such weight unaided. Let me bear the heaviness for you. Let me lift the sorrow, the disappointment, the anxiety that clings to you like chains. You do not have to prove your strength by pretending you are unbothered. True strength is found in surrendering to me, in acknowledging that you need my help, and trusting that I will provide it. Some of the pain you carry comes from wounds inflicted by others. Words spoken in anger, betrayals that cut deep, rejection that made you question your worth. But I tell you this, those wounds do not define you. You are not the sum of the hurt you have endured. You are not marked by the cruelty of others, but by the love of the one who created you. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. When you hold on to bitterness, it does not punish them. It only chains you to the past. Release it. Let my love heal what they broke. And what of your own mistakes? The moments you regret, the choices you wish you could undo. You are not beyond redemption. Nothing you have done can separate you from my love. When I forgave you, I did so completely, wiping the slate clean. Stop punishing yourself for what I have already erased. Move forward without shame, knowing that I have called you by name, and I will never disown you. I see the battles you fight that no one else sees, the thoughts that whisper doubts in the quiet hours of the night, the fears that grip you, making you wonder if you will ever truly be enough. My child, you already are. You do not need to strive endlessly for approval, for validation, for proof that you have value. I settled that matter the moment I formed you. Rest in the truth that you are loved exactly as you are, even as I continue refining and strengthening you. Do not let fear dictate your decisions. Fear will tell you to shrink back. When I am calling you forward, it will convince you that failure is fatal, that discomfort should be avoided at all costs. But I tell you, courage is not the absence of fear. It is trusting me, even when you feel afraid. Do not let the unknown paralyze you. Walk boldly, knowing that I go before you, preparing the way. The risks you take in faith will never be wasted, and when trials come, as they inevitably will, remember this: storms do not last forever. The night always gives way to morning. If you find yourself in the middle of a storm, hold fast to me. I will not let you be swept away. I will sustain you, strengthen you, and in the end, you will stand victorious. What the enemy meant for harm, I will turn for good. What seemed like an ending will become a new beginning. Do not be discouraged when progress feels slow. Growth is rarely immediate. Even the strongest trees took time to grow their roots deep. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small victories, knowing that each step forward is a step closer to the destiny I have planned for you. You do not walk this path alone. Look around you. There are others I have placed in your life to uplift you, to encourage you, to remind you of truth when your own mind grows weary. Let them in. Allow yourself to be loved and supported, and in turn, be that light for someone else. The world is in desperate need of kindness, of compassion, of hope. Be a vessel of my love, carrying it to those who are lost, those who are hurting, those who need to be reminded that they too are seen and cherished. There is so much more in store for you, so many blessings yet to unfold. Keep pressing on, keep believing, keep trusting that I am with you in every moment, guiding, protecting, and pouring my love into every corner of your life. You are mine, and I will never let you go. Now rise, my beloved. Walk forward in confidence. Lift your head high, knowing you are deeply loved, eternally secure, and destined for greater things. Your best days are still ahead, and I will be with you through them all. Lean into this truth, my child. Let it settle deep in your soul, anchoring you when the winds of doubt try to shake your confidence. You are not merely drifting through life, unnoticed or unimportant. You are seen, held, and deeply valued. I have numbered every hair on your head, and I am intimately familiar with every thought that crosses your mind. Even in moments when you feel invisible to the world, know that I see you. When you believe no one truly understands the battles you face, I remind you, I do. I was there in the moments you thought no one noticed. I have felt the weight of your silent struggles, your hidden tears, your deepest longings. And still, My love for you has never wavered. So come, unburden yourself. Let go of the worries you clutch so tightly, the fears that steal your sleep, the anxieties that whisper lies into your heart. You were not meant to carry the weight of the world upon your shoulders. That burden is mine to bear. Trust me with it. Let me take what has been crushing you and replace it with my peace. A peace that defies human understanding. A peace that calms storms within before it calms the storms around you. I know that surrender is difficult. The world has taught you to guard your heart, to trust no one completely, to prepare for disappointment. But I am not like the world. I do not fail or falter. I do not deceive or abandon. My love is pure, unwavering, eternal. You can trust me. Even when my ways seem mysterious, even when my timing stretches your patience, know that I am always working for your good. My delays are not rejections, they are divine preparations. What seems like waiting is in reality shaping you, refining you, strengthening you for what is to come. There will be moments in your journey when you stand at a crossroads, unsure of which path to take. When confusion clouds your mind and fear grips your heart, come to me. I will guide you. I will whisper wisdom into your spirit, illuminating the way you should go. You do not have to navigate this life alone. You were never meant to. I am your compass, your steady hand, your unwavering guide. And if you take a wrong step, if you stumble or lose your way, do not let shame hold you back from returning to me. My arms remain open, always ready to welcome you home, always eager to lead you back onto the right path. You may feel unworthy at times. You may question if you are enough, if you are strong enough, wise enough, faithful enough. But hear me. My love for you has never been based on your perfection. I chose you, knowing every flaw, every failure, every shortcoming, and still I called you mine. My grace is not given to the deserving, but to the willing. All I ask is that you keep turning toward me, keep seeking me, keep allowing my love to transform you from the inside out. And in those moments, when the enemy of your soul tries to whisper lies, when he tells you that you are forgotten, that you are not good enough, that your past disqualifies you, shut him out with my truth. Declare with confidence, I am loved, I am chosen, I am redeemed. The darkness has no claim over you. You belong to me. No accusation can stand against my mercy. No condemnation can override the work I am doing in you. Rise in the strength of that knowledge. Walk with your head held high, not in arrogance, but in the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are a child of the Most High. And as you walk, shine. Let my love radiate through you, touching those around you. Speak life where there is despair. Offer kindness where there is coldness. Extend grace where there is judgment. Be a vessel of my light in a world that desperately needs it. Do not underestimate the power of even the smallest acts of love. A gentle word, a listening ear, a selfless deed. These are not insignificant. They echo in eternity. You may not see the full impact of your love, but trust that I do. Every seed you plant, I will water. Every effort you make to reflect my heart, I will bless. And when trials come, as they surely will, do not be discouraged. Do not believe the lie that I have abandoned you. Even in the fire, I am with you. Even in the storm, I hold you close. And when the trial passes, when you emerge on the other side, you will see that I was working in the midst of it all, refining you, deepening your faith, strengthening your spirit. So do not be afraid. Do not let fear steal the joy of today or the hope of tomorrow. Fix your eyes on me. Trust in my promises. Rest in my love. Know that I go before you, preparing the way. And when you feel weary, come and find refuge in me. I am your safe place, your steady rock, your everlasting home, my child. You are not alone. I am with you, now and always. Amen.